All right. Well, let's begin by me explaining a little bit about the assignment. The assignment instructions, this is under business logo, business logo, and you're actually going to create a logo and a slogan. Now, there's a Word document here that explains what I'm getting ready to explain. So if you want to go back and read it, you can read it. If you're one of those folks that would like to read that, please feel free. And so what you're going to do, it says, please create an original logo for your business using Microsoft Paint. You're going to create your logo, add a slogan, and submit it as a JPEG file, JPG. Okay, I'm going to show you what that looks like and what that is. And now, first, let me explain what a logo is. A logo is a picture that will represent your company. Now, it can have the name in it. It doesn't have to. Like this one is LG. Okay, so this one is LG. So you're going to end up, and that's the logo, and it sort of looks like an LG, but it, it doesn't really have to have the name in it. It just kind of makes you look like that. This one with the golden arches is McDonald's. This is Mercedes-Benz. This is just their logo. This is Nike. Let me just kind of continue scrolling through. Okay, Adidas. Some of them I don't know. Apple, Burger King. So what you're going to do is you're going to create in Microsoft Paint just a, you're not trying to create a picture like you would take with a camera, but you're trying to just create almost like a cartoon image, a graphic. So that is that right there. And then you also have slogans. The slogans are this down here. For McDonald's, I'm loving it. For Microsoft, where do you want to go today? Nike, just do it. AT&T, reach out and touch someone. American Express, don't leave home without it. These words at the bottom underneath the logo is the slogan. What you're going to end up creating is something that looks like this, a logo, and you're either going to have the slogan as part of the logo, which is possible, or you're going to have the slogan like right underneath, right to the side, or right above your logo. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those questions that you filled out in the assignment one, the business proposal, and you're going to look at them and you're going to come up with, okay, what makes sense for me as a company to what logo looks good. So for example, if you are a lawn mowing company, a lawn mowing business, you're not going to have a picture of a boat. Okay. You're going to have a picture of either a lawnmower, you're going to have a picture of what may look like a yard partially cut, or just any type of logo that would sort of represent the business. Okay. Again, these are the logos. These are the slogans underneath here. And what you're going to do in order to get to Paint, you're going to have to type right in here. You're going to actually have to write out the word paint, because if you just go to if you go down here to Paint, it's going to give you this Paint 3D. And Paint 3D is okay to play with and mess with, but I find that students actually are more productive if we just go underneath here, type in the word paint, P-A-I-N-T, and then go to this Paint app. Click on it. Then what you'll get is this right here. This white part is your paper. Now what you're going to do, you can very quickly change the color of your paper. All your colors are up here. If you want it red, it goes right there. I'm just using the paint bucket. Click on the paint bucket. Click on the color you want to change it to. If you want it, make it white again. Now, the one thing about this program is it doesn't edit very well. Okay, this undo button at the top is going to be your friend, or file and then new, just start over. If you mess up, I've had students take 45 minutes to an hour and a half to try to edit something that they could have just started over on and been done in 5 minutes. Okay, so if you get to a point and you just say, I can't edit this, don't save it, just file, new, and that can be your friend. Also, undo will be your friend. So let's go in here, and underneath here, this is how you create. You can draw lines. Now you can change the size of the lines right here. Size of the lines, make it smaller, make it larger. So here we go. I'm going to pick that one, and I am going to, see, here's what a lot of people do. They say, hey, it's not working. It's because the color of my lines are also the color of my background. I'm going to undo those lines that I made. Okay, redo it back to white. And now what I'm going to do, now that I have white paper, I'm going to change my color to red. Now when I draw my line, you can see it. Okay, now you can draw a straight line. If you want it perfectly horizontal, you can hold down the shift key. That's what I'm doing now. Holding down the shift key. If you want it perfectly vertical, hold down the shift key. The shift key is going to make it go from 45-degree increments. Okay, so I can go horizontal, I can go 45, I can go 90. Okay, if you want to get rid of them, again, just undo. That's how you do that. Let's say that you're drawing a shape, and this is what most people are going to use. Let's say that I'm drawing a shape, and I want to draw a shape. I want an angle. You can pick this one right here, and what it will do is it will allow you to make an angle. It's still kind of difficult to work with, so let me undo that one. What students tend to do is use the shapes. Now, you can use a shape and you can kind of overlay it, and you can make different colors. Now, let me show you what tends to happen sometimes. Somebody's drawing a line, they draw a line, and then they grab the line, they draw another line and go down here and hit the corner. I'm going to just kind of exaggerate this. I'm going to kind of miss. Now, let's say that you're drawing lines and you want to fill that in with a certain color. If you miss, let's say I want to fill that in with light blue, that light blue that's right there. I can go to the paint bucket, and actually what I did is I changed my line to light blue. Let me first finish drawing that line. Let me draw the line again. I'm going to come in here. Okay, now I'm going to hit escape. Up. Redo. I'm going to draw the line one last time. Okay, and I'm going to click off of it. Once I click off of it, then I'm going to go and I'm going to say, okay, paint bucket. And I'm going to say, I want that light blue for my inside there. And then they click and they go, wait a second, time out, time out. It actually made the whole thing blue. That's not what I wanted. Okay, if that happens to you, that means somewhere, some way you have a gap, an opening. Let me undo this. And let me show you what you can create. You can click in here. You can use shapes over top of one another. Again, I'm light blue because that's what I've changed it to. Let me keep it red. Okay, I'm going to click off of here. Now, let's say you wanted to use this shape and this shape, but you didn't want that part right in there. What you can do is you can zoom in. I'm going to go to not resize. I'll show you resize in just a moment. I'm going to go to view. I'm going to go to zoom in, and I zoom in here. Now, what's going to happen is this looks not as smooth as it was before. It's okay. Once you zoom back out, it will be smooth. So I'm going to zoom in here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in home, back to home, and I'm going to use this erasing tool. This erasing tool will allow me to erase, okay, part of that line. And let's say I'm going to erase this line. So now what this is going to allow me to do is I can use shapes, and let me go back to view. Let me go back to zoom out. Let me zoom out. And then I'm going to say, okay, go back to home. I want this part filled in with green. So then I use green, and I click here, and then I'm going to use, let's see, yellow for in there, and then I'm going to use a light gray for in here. Now, so what I have in essence is I created something just with these pre-selected shapes, and I made a logo. Now to type, you just click on the A, click right here. You can change the color. Let me make it yellow. You can change the font size here. I'm going to make it 28, and I'm going to keep it bold. You can change the font itself, and I'm going to say test 1. Okay, don't like that color, so I'm going to change. Let's see. I think you can change it. No, actually, you're going to have to type again. There you go. And this will allow you to move it. I can change the size. I can move it where I need it to be. I can put it in here if I want to, as long as, now, couldn't put yellow type in there because then it wouldn't show up. But then I can make, now, what you want to do is you want to, now let's say that I wanted to go back and change that blue. That's something that you can do. You can go back and change that blue. Let me change that blue to purple. Okay, it will allow you to do that. But let's say I just wanted to get rid of that arrow, and you say, okay, I'm just going to change this back to white. I'm going to make that white, and now I'm going to go in and erase that. You're much better just to file new if you have a lot of changes to make. What I want you to do, use the line tool, use this one. This is actually called a spline. Okay, I got it white again. Hang on. Let me change it to black. And I want you to use this one, and the preset shapes, and they actually are more. Okay, there's more shapes than it showed. There's a lightning bolt, there's a heart. You can use any of these. And then you're going to type, and you're going to put in your slogan, and then you're going to save it twice. You're going to first go to save, hit save, and it's going to allow you to save, and you're going to put it into your business folder or wherever you're storing stuff. And I would call this logo 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 because, and notice this says PNG, and I'm going to save it because here's the deal. Once I save it as that, what I can do is I can go back and edit that. If I ever close this and I open that up in Paint, I can edit it. Okay, once you change it to a JPEG, file, save as, and then here it is, JPEG. That's what I want you to turn in. So you've saved it twice with the same name. File, save as, JPEG, and then you're going to put it in your business folder, and you can leave the name the same. Logo 1, 2, 3, hit save. And now when you go into wherever you saved it, turn in this one. So create a logo with your slogan and turn it in. Now, one thing I did not show you that I do want to show you is you can resize the page. Okay, I resized it right before I started this. Let me go to File and New. Let me show you this. You do need to try to fill out your page, because the problem is if you don't, let's say, let me go ahead and just resize it real quick. If you want to resize something to a shape more different than what it is, I would consider going to pixels. Now, pixels are kind of like inches, but you don't have to really worry exactly what but if you change this to 500, makes it bigger. Okay, if you resize, change it to 600, continues making it bigger. But what it does is it's stretching all that you just made. You do need to, anything that you have in here that is white is going to be part of your logo. So let me encourage you not to have extra shapes that are not part of your logo. Let me encourage you to fill up this white page. Now, when I go to File, New, save, I'll just save what I did. Now, it stays the same size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Resize, and I'm going to change to pixels. I'm going to click off on Maintain the aspect ratio, and I'm going to say, okay, I want this 300, and it shows you, okay, 300 wide now. And then I'm going to go resize, click off on maintain ratio, and pixels, 300, and I want it 200 here. So now what you're doing is you're making your logo this size right here. I would encourage, no more than 400 on either size. If you want it horizontal, make it like that. If you want it vertical, make the 200 and the 300 the opposite direction. And then just make your logo, save it twice, file, save. And the first way it's going to save is that PNG file. You want that saved. Then the second time you save it, file, save as, JPEG. Okay? Turn in the JPEG. Now, as always, if you have any questions of me, please feel free to contact me, and you can email. That's the quickest. And once you have that done, save it, submit the JPEG, and you're done for the week. The logo and the slogan. I combined the two. Logan. Okay, not Logan. The logo and the slogan. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.